Hey 4xe family, I want to thank you for watching this video. I wanted to share something that happened yesterday that I did not document in any way, shape, or form, but I at least wanted to share the happenstance and what transpired. So Sunday evening, I'm recording this video on a Tuesday. Sunday evening, I installed a more dead pedal, and nothing terribly exciting about that other than some Jeep yoga to get it installed. It's actually a very easy install, and except for just getting your hands and your eyes into where you need to get them to do that. And during that process, like I said, I was doing a little Jeep yoga, and I accidentally hit the fuel release door button, and didn't notice it at the time. Well, actually, I think I did, but I just didn't pay attention to it. So the next morning, I got in. I was kind of running late for work, and I got in the Jeep, and I saw the fuel door was open, and I'm like, screw it, I'll close it when I get to work. Well, I forgot to close it when I got to work, and I didn't close it before I left work to go back home. And so on the way home, that little fuel door open light was on the dash, and then I got a check engine light. And in my experience of talking with other people, that's not terribly uncommon to have a check engine light come on if the fuel cap's loose. So I thought, well, maybe Jeep's got something in there that if you leave that fuel door open long enough, you'll get a check engine light. So I pulled over and I closed the fuel door, and I had shut the vehicle off. I turned it back on. The check engine light was still there, right? So I was like, well, that's weird. I shut it off again and restarted it. Check engine light was still there, but the open fuel door light wasn't on anymore. I have JScan. I am a complete novice when it comes to JScan. I don't know what I'm doing. I just kind of go in and tinker around. I don't try to mess with anything. I just try to look at look at the systems and stuff. I'm trying to learn from other people in the community, like Justin and Tyler. I try to learn, like, what are they seeing and what are they doing, and I'm just in observation mode with JScan. And I thought, well, here's my opportunity. I can go in there and I can look at what codes are in there and see what's going on. And when I opened it up, I could still see it had an open fuel door alarm along with a couple of unidentified alarms. So I thought, well, I'm going to be Mr. Cool. I'm going to reset that and clear those alarms. It cleared them, but I think, I don't know, I did something, or else it's just happenstance. I don't know what transpired, but all of a sudden I lost my max regen didn't work. And if you don't know about the blended braking system on the regular 4xe, when you put your foot on the brake, you're not actually firing the friction brakes. You're actually firing the same thing that goes on with max regen to decelerate the vehicle, and then it blends over to the friction brakes at the end of the stop. Well, I lost all of that. All I had was the friction brakes, and I mean, not even boosted. It was like I was having to smash on the pedal to get the brakes to work. And I thought, oh gosh, I have messed something up. I have done some damage. Well, I tried to read up, tried to find some solutions, and what I ended up doing, I consulted with a couple of people that are experts in the field, and what I ended up doing was I dropped power to the 12-volt system. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to try to put a link somewhere in here to a video by Brandon Haneline. I think that link will be up here. Brandon Haneline has a great video on that, on how to power down the system correctly. You don't have an alternator in the Wrangler 4xe, you have the IDCM, and so you have to drop power to the IDCM. It's just a little 5-amp fuse. It's real easy to do, and then you disconnect the battery. I let it sit for 10 minutes. I put everything back together and used Brandon's procedure, and everything came back and went back to normal. So I'm just sharing this video, so if you run into weird stuff like that, these modern day vehicles, there's a lot of software involved, and if you have a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, there's even more software involved. And so obviously something was weird, and I don't know what it was, but it cleared it. It went back to normal. I went in, looked at JScan, no codes, everything's clear. So I just wanted to share that. If you and it's not a difficult process. If you're not, like, I'm not a mechanic. I don't really consider myself a mechanic. I don't even change my own oil. But I do like to tinker around with things, and you know, my background's electronics and electrical stuff and communications and that kind of stuff, and so I'm just not a wrench turner, if you get my drift. But I was able to do the procedure. It's super easy. So if you ever find yourself in one of those situations where you have just some weirdness going on, I don't know how to explain it other than that, you can try that power down procedure and see if it just kind of cleans things up. It's kind of like rebooting a computer, if you will. So I just wanted to share that, and hopefully that benefits somebody. Thanks for watching. Take care.